Right, welcome to my talk today about cybersecurity for web developers. My name is Blaine Blodgett, and I'm going to be going over basically the past 3 months of research and studying that I've done about web vulnerabilities. And specifically, I've been taking a class offered by Stanford for free online called CS 253, Web Security for Developers. And I came to the conclusion that basically there's a ton of different types of vulnerabilities out there, and there's even more ways to exploit those vulnerabilities. There's a lot of scary information out there, but what I found was that it's easiest to avoid the vast majority of those vulnerabilities if you only follow the OWASP top 10 list. So that's what this presentation is about today, is the OWASP top 10. First off, a little bit about me, just so you know who's talking in your ear for the next hour. My name is Blaine Blodgett, and I have an associate's degree in network administration from Heald College, as well as a bachelor's in science from DeVry University. I have a CompTIA A+, Linux Plus certifications, as well as ISC squared CISSP. I've been working in IT for about 15 years now, a little bit over actually. So I have some experience in many different areas of IT. And I've started to get a lot more into security, specifically cybersecurity, over the past few years. I just got my CISSP actually a couple of years ago. And a few months after that, I actually got a job at Tripwire Inc. Here in Vancouver, Washington, where I work as a technical support engineer currently. I'm also a home brewer. I find it fascinating, and just like with IT, I'm constantly learning new things, and it's really fun to experiment and produce something that you can use. So for the agenda, first off, we're going to go over OWASP, talk about the what it is and why it's important to the cybersecurity industry. Next, we're going to talk about we're going to dive right into OWASP top 10 and start talking about the top 10 vulnerabilities out there. The first one we're going to start off with is called injection. Number 2, broken authentication. Then we'll cover number 3, sensitive data exposure. And number 4, XXE, which stands for XML external entities. After that, broken access control. Number 6, security misconfiguration. Number 7, XSS, which stands for cross-site scripting. Number 8, insecure deserialization. Number 9, using components with known vulnerabilities. And number 10, insufficient logging and monitoring. So to start off, OWASP, what is it? It stands for Open Web Application Security Project. The whole reason that they were founded was to help out the whole cybersecurity industry as a whole, back in the year 2001, actually. They're supported by tons of Fortune 500 companies. People sponsor it. It's a nonprofit organization. They're ultimately working toward the goal of better education and awareness for web developers specifically. That's why I chose to present about the OWASP top 10 here. They produce a paper every 2 to 4 years, it seems like, called the OWASP top 10. It's just one of their many projects that they have available completely free to use by anybody. And just go to their website, owasp.org, to see those tools and download them and see their documentation and their PDFs that they've produced. They're really, really amazing. They have hundreds of chapters around the world where it's free to join, and you can go to these regular meetings with other like-minded security professionals and discuss these vulnerabilities and new vulnerabilities, and just talk about cool things. It's pretty interesting. One of their many projects, as I said, is the OWASP Top 10, and that's what this presentation is about specifically. They introduced the first iteration of the Top 10 list in 2003, and it's changed quite a bit since then. So they've had 17 years to refine it and perfect it. And if you look at the original 2003 version compared to the current version from 2017, they're quite different. And in my opinion, they've improved a ton in just the way that they explain things. It's a lot more clear now. They have a lot more data and statistics backing their project and their recommendations.